Hey everyone, and welcome back to RJ Data Science. Today, we're diving into what might be one of the most powerful AI tools out there right now, Claude Code. Seriously, it's a tool most people don't even know exists, but it's an absolute game changer. We're going to break down exactly how you can use it to build some truly incredible things. So let's get right into it. Just let that sink in for a second. We're talking about building 3D models from scratch, automating something as complicated as filing taxes, all with a single tool. This isn't some far-off future thing. It's happening right now. It's this massive leap forward that's kind of been flying under the radar, and it's quietly changing everything.
So what's the catch, right? I can almost hear you thinking, okay, this sounds incredible, but it's got to be for like expert developers, for hardcore coders. And that right there is the single biggest misconception. The most revolutionary thing about this tool isn't just what it can build, it's who can now build with it.
That's it. That's the secret. You don't have to be a coder. I'll be honest, for months I looked at this and thought, nope, not for me, that's way too technical. But the truth is, the whole game has shifted. Your ability to think clearly, to plan, and to describe what you want, that's now way more valuable than your ability to write Python or JavaScript. This is for creators, for entrepreneurs, for anyone with an idea.
Okay, to really get the difference here, we need an analogy. And I think this one is perfect. Think about it like this. Using Claude in your web browser, that's like being Tony Stark. You're a genius, you've got the ideas. But using Claude Code, well, that's giving Tony Stark the full Iron Man suit, complete with Jarvis.
So let's break that down. Claude in the browser is brilliant for sure, but it's got a bad case of amnesia. It forgets everything once the conversation is over. But Claude Code, that's the whole suit. It has access to all your files, it remembers everything from one session to the next, and it saves everything right on your computer. It's a persistent, powerful copilot that's always ready to go. All right, so you've got the suit. Awesome. But a suit is just a fancy paperweight without a pilot and a mission plan, right? This is where two fundamental concepts come into play: skills and agents. You can think of these as the operating system for your Iron Man suit, and they're what let you command your own personal army of AIs. Let's see how they work. First up, we've got skills. Just think of these as the special protocols Tony Stark would load into his suit. You know, stealth mode for a quiet mission, or the Hulkbuster protocol for some heavy lifting. In Claude Code, a skill is just a playbook, a set of instructions. For example, you can create a morning briefing skill that tells Claude to check your calendar, summarize your most important emails, and find the latest news in your industry. You build that playbook just once, and it can run that complex task perfectly every single time.
So if skills are the playbooks, what are agents? Well, they're your Iron Legion. They're the individual suits that actually carry out the mission. You could have one agent whose only job is to run that morning briefing skill for you every morning at 8 a.m. At the exact same time, you could have another agent using a different skill to analyze customer feedback, and a third agent drafting social media posts. They are your specialized team, all working in parallel.
And this right here, this is probably the most important part of this whole explainer. The technology itself has gotten so unbelievably good that it's no longer the thing holding you back. Your real superpower in this new world isn't knowing some secret command. It's your ability to make a good plan.
Look, let's just be blunt about it. The AI models we have today are freakishly capable. So if the results you're getting are sloppy and messy, it's almost certainly because your instructions were sloppy and messy. Garbage in, garbage out. The era of blaming the model is pretty much over. Your success now comes down to how clearly you can think and articulate your plan.
So, how do you make a great plan? It's actually pretty simple. First, don't try to build the whole thing at once. Break it down and think in individual features. Second, and this is a huge one, use the Ask User Question tool. This literally makes Claude interview you, asking clarifying questions about all the little details. For a non-coder, this is an absolute game changer. It's like having a senior developer sitting next to you, forcing you to think through the stuff you didn't even know you needed to consider. And finally, just build and test one feature at a time. It's that simple. Now, maybe you've heard about these kinds of tools before and got scared away by how complicated it all seemed. And you know what? I don't blame you. The early days were a bit of a Wild West. But the good news is the whole landscape has changed. It's gotten so much simpler. This really shows the journey we've been on. A little while ago, the models were good but kind of unpredictable. So smart people in the community built all these complex frameworks on top of them to make them more reliable. But today, the core tool, Claude Code itself, has gotten so powerful that for most things, you just don't need all that extra complexity. The power is now built right in. And all of this leads us to what I think is the biggest mindset shift of all. The game has totally changed. Your value isn't about writing lines of code anymore. It's about a whole different set of skills. Skills you probably already have.
I absolutely love this quote because it's funny, but it is 100% true. When you're using these powerful systems, a bad plan doesn't just get you a bad result. It actively burns through your resources, your time, your tokens, your money. A great plan isn't just nice to have. It's the best investment you can make.
So here's the bottom line. The bottleneck isn't the coding anymore. The bottleneck is the vision. It's your years of experience in your field. It's your strategic thinking. It's your gut instinct for what people actually want. The AI can be the best construction crew in the world, but you're the architect. You're the one who decides what to build and, more importantly, why. So there you have it. We've gone over the incredible power of this tool, the core building blocks you need to know, and the strategic mindset that will make you successful. The barrier to creating amazing things has never been lower. So the only real question left is the most exciting one of all. Now that you have the suit, what will you build?
I really hope this deep dive got you as excited as I am about what's now possible. If you learned something new today and you're feeling inspired to start building your own projects, I'd really appreciate your support.
Please take a second to hit that like button, share this with someone you think needs to see it, and of course, make sure you're subscribed to RJdatascience for more explainers just like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I truly can't wait to see what you create.